Hello, Bl'Artagnan here, with Oath Within My Breast, the Beatrix intersecting will Shinryu fight. They knew exactly what they were doing when they named it that. We have a Man to Void challenge team, featuring Charlotta, Ramza, and Kane. If you need more information about what that means, check the video description. And also, before we get too deep into it, hit the like button on that video, and hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't already. Slam that notification bell, you know the drill. Unless you're new here, in which case, do all those things. So what do we got going on here? We got a Charlotta team. We haven't used Charlotta in a hot second, and it's exciting to get to use her again. She's a lot of fun, plays in a unique way. I had to use her a couple times, a couple resets, just to get it right, because I had forgotten how she works. It's a very unique playstyle, in a really good way. I love this character. We also have Ramza, because Ramza's generally good, and theoretically synergizes with Charlotta because of that HP plus attack, which will not be getting pressed during Force Time this time around, but, it's the thought that counts. Lastly, we have Kane. We haven't seen Kane on this channel in a long time, I feel. But he's, great unit, awesome unit. I decided to finally take the plunge and invest a little bit more in him. Gave him the blue armor, gave him the Force ingots. No green BT. I just don't quite think I'm ready to spend the ingots on that. I haven't seen the need to, based on, kind of what I've been dealing with. I don't think the benefit's quite there for me. We'll see. But he's actually going to be kind of the linchpin of this whole team, this whole setup in this fight, because we got the Soul Cages here. These jerks. We had to fight one of them in, was it Lake Cosmos or Lake Chaos? I forget when it happened, but it was an obnoxious fight. Fighting that one Soul Cage, I don't know if you remember. Story chapter fight. Absolute jerk. And now there are two of them, and that's terrible. I hate fighting two of these guys. There we go. We've got the Reigns call going on. We're just kind of doing generic setup here. I hope there's nothing important being missed. Boom. Into the burst phase. Burst effect. Finisher thing. There we go. BT finisher. But the Soul Cages, this time around, they brought some interesting tricks. They go on fire, as they usually do, but instead of, nerfing your Eye Brave and requiring ice damage or whatever it was they originally needed, all they do is get a gigantic shield. It's 4 million HP and Brave? It's crazy. It's kind of a double shield. So you can deplete it through Brave damage or through HP damage. Obviously, HP damage can be a little bit trickier if you're relying on refunding characters, but it could be easier if you have something like, say, Kane just sitting in the air dealing a boatload of HP damage. Of course, Force Time makes that even easier. But you're going to want to blow those up, because you'll see at 10% after each shield, they do a Leaf Storm attack of some Leaf something or other, Leaf Tornado, whatever. And it's normally not too scary. It's just a Brave HP AoE attack that I think applies like a generic debuff or something goofy. Not a big deal. Unless you haven't cleared the Brave and HP shield, in which case it does this massive guaranteed hit dispel goofball attack. That said, because it's an HP shield, that'll only really matter if you absolutely chunk them absurdly through the through some giant force gauge attack or Force Time attack. Speaking of Force Time, here we go into the Charlotta Force Time. God, I still can't. Just sorry about that. You didn't deserve that. But here we go. It's business time. And what that means is Ramza's going to go ahead and use Galvanize. I was thinking of HP attack, but I decided to, Galvanize, get the buffs, kind of supercharge a little bit. I figured this would probably give us a bigger bonus, which is what I really wanted for Kane to be doing the work, because that HP and Brave shield is a massive roadblock to damage. But Kane doesn't care, because he just holds onto his Brave and deals a boatload of damage in the sky without needing to care about, refunding or anything. Because the trick is that Brave shield prevents you from getting multiple Brave hits in, so you have to kind of battery dump the Brave, and then, subsequent HP attacks you have don't get more damage. Kane doesn't care, though. He just sits in the sky and does absurd numbers of off-turn damage, as you can see there. By the end, it's going to get even stupider. Charlotta is just kind of here to enable that. Ramza's here to enable that. But the entire deal with this is Kane goofiness. But I figured Charlotta's special HP attacks deal so much kind of semi-uncapped damage, that it would kind of help make up for the fact that you know, you can't really hurt them when they're in the shield. That was kind of my thought process. The only other things they do is they have an HP attack that they alternate. It's a regular attack, then HP attack, whatever. A generic attack pattern doesn't matter. The important thing is their force time, if they get it. They have no force mechanic beyond just generic elemental thunder lockout. The force time, they get an HP damage up buff, and that's it. Except for the fact that they actually have a fair number of HP attacks that they throw out, such as these leaf storms that Raijin calls protecting us from. So in theory, the force time could be a problem, I guess, if you let them get it, but they don't have any, like, you know, super, like, fast charging mechanics, so it's not actually really a problem. Now, well, here we go. Gonna have to hope this last attack gives us what we need. Into the sky. And there we have it. Well, that's one. Gonna have to finish the other off in the summon, ideally, just because we're that close, but luckily we have so much HP cap up on this team, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, kind of interesting fight. Offers some resistance, has some interesting mechanics and thought behind it. I look forward to trying this again with another team. I think I know. I have a special someone I want to try to bring here because I think he'll do well. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and you know, hopefully this was helpful. Level 1 Spear Ultimate Weapon. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. You stay cool. Adios.